Hi there, beautiful, wonderful people. How you're doing things have come along. This is episode 13 of the Atomless. We've recorded this intro already, but I was a fucking idiot and didn't click record. So, we're doing it again. My name is Matt, Captain Crail. I'm Captain Crail on all things. I stream Monday to Thursdays. I'm supposed to, and it should be. I should be. You should go check. Also, I occasionally, I've started making little indie TTRPGs. Also, if you like this episode, or if you're like, oh, I'd love to listen to the previous episodes, or just like a nice little cleaned up version that sounds a bit more like a audio play with music and pew-pews and all that, check out the Atomless on all of your podcast mediums, because the podcast version of this episode is going to go up next week. It's all very good. Anyway, do we want to do the bit that we had before?
I was going to do something new.
Oh, you do something new.
Okay.
Momo O'Brien, take over.
Hello, I am Momo O'Brien. You can find me everywhere at Momo_O'Brien. I like Stardew Valley, Animal Crossing, and The Sims, because look at me. And I make content about immersive experiences.
Perfect. Are we doing top 3 games?
Oh, no.
We're going to be here all day.
Infinitely harder.
I'll go. I'm ready.
Go for
Fuck
it. Yeah, let's go.
Hey, everybody. My name is Andrevera. You can find me at Andrevera Art on Twitter and on Instagram. You can also go to andrevera.art to see my illustration portfolio, as well as the actual plays that I've been on, including Tragedy Theologian, including The Atomless, which you're watching right now live on the Welcome In, unless it's not live, including Redline, including Unicorn Hunt, including the Power Rangers game, which we just played, which is fucking lit. And my favorite games are Zoo Tycoon, Civ 6, and Portal 2.
Oh, Portal 2 is such a good, clean shout.
Yeah.
Right. Which one of you two want to fucking take over the mantle?
Okay. Great. Hi, I'm Dylan, or Super Dylan, everywhere on the internet. I am a game designer and entertainer who plays games on many different shows here on the Welcome In, Total Party Kiss, usually on Thursdays doing various long shots, and you can find me on Mondays doing the Many Hearts Doctor Who project, which is so phenomenal. You should absolutely check that out. I have an unfortunately large obsession with Dragon Age, so my favorite video games are Dragon Age 1, 2, and 3. Not in that order. I don't have time to get into it. Okay, somebody else go.
There is no somebody else. There's only me. Hello, I'm Nordina Likadir. My pronouns are he, him, and you can catch me pretty much anywhere where you can find people at Werewolf Feels. At Werewolf Feels. That is Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, where I stream when I can take a break from work and freelancing, which is rare. So good luck with that. But follow me anyway. You can also find me right now on Table Goth playing Hunter the Reckoning. Check out the YouTube channel. I'm sure they could use the views. When it comes to my 3 games, I can say the Mass Effect trilogy as one now, thanks to the Legendary Edition. I have not played that version, but I played the originals, and I love them very much. The second game I'd like to mention is actually Knights of the Old Republic, although I am very partial to the MMORPG, especially the Agent storyline, the Imperial Agent. It's a very good one. And last but not least, because I am, at my heart, a very terrible person, Sid Meier's Civilization 6, where I will crush you
High
as
five.
Canada.
It's great. It's so strong.
I would like to replace Civ 6 because it has been shouted out twice with Journey.
Jenny's incredible. Yeah.
You know
It's
what?
really good.
Fuck Civ 6. I don't like Civ 6.
Everyone takes Civ
Taking
6
back
off
Civ
of it.
6.
All I'm
Which
saying,
also is the direct inspiration for Ynet.
For Ynet, yeah.
all I'm saying is I can wrap my head around Civ now. I would love if one day we did like a charity stream where we all played Civ 6.
Oh my god.
In character?
In character like
God,
it's
dude.
Ynet.
Dude,
I'm not good enough at Civ. I don't got the
This is
fucking
ourselves.
cheats Ag is hooking me up with.
in that case, if I'm replacing Civ 6, have you checked out a little game called Vampire, which is Vampire with a Y? You can It's focus interactive. It's really nifty, although it does take place during a plague. But if you can handle the Spanish flu, I recommend checking it out and playing the vampire.
Is that the
wanted
one
to-
where you can like feed on anyone? And
Yes,
if
it
you do it
is.
too much, they actually die and the universe changes because
Yeah.
Dramatically
that-
so, yes.
that's supposed to
Yeah.
be really good, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I have wanted to check that out.
It's
Yeah.
a bit janky when it comes to like some of the controls and mechanics, but otherwise, I do recommend it if you can handle the subject matter, because it is an intriguing way to make a game, and also, surprisingly, there are bits of it that are secretly gayer than you would think.
We love
I
that.
don't know. I expect a vampire game to be a good amount of gay.
Yeah.
You know?
It's gotta be. Legally.
If you play Vampire the Masquerade with me, you'll understand. It's exclusively gay. I'm sorry. You play with me, you're gay now. Not in game, in the real world.
In the real world, yeah.
What are we doing
Gamers,
here? Yeah,
let's
why'd we start
play.
this for?
Let's journey through sci-fi
play the damn game.
space.
Take me to space.
Let's find some stars.
Previously on the Atomless.
Azhaam, he.
Ike. She.
My name is Theriac.
What's up? My name's Skye. Welcome to the patchwork, my dudes.
Everyone, welcome to Wild Times.
You are trying to merchandise the organisms, the specimens?
Sometimes foundations need to change for something to grow. Do you ever think that your foundations just don't fit anymore?
Like you see Lorik, who is one of the board members. Oh, thank God. I didn't know if you'd be here in time. I don't know what is happening to the park, but things are weird. I don't think Kiskak went on holiday at all. And then there is a shot that rings out as this purple energy is sucked out of Lorik's head and they fall down. And this huge bolt of energy shoots out and hits all 5 of you. You slowly begin to shrink. You hear a as you look to your side where the slug was held in an electric cage, and this now humongous slug lurches forward. You see a large rat. The rat, its fur matted and slightly burnt. The top part of its head is metallic, coming down into this one point that looks like a camera which has been implanted into this rat's head. The constant exhaled breath of computer fans focus the screen on the experiment bay. The unwavering eyes try to focus on the board member that was shot down, and then the co-founder and crew that were shrunk. Uploading. 1% complete. A spined rodent shivers at its surroundings and uses its eye stalks to peer out at the room beyond the glass in front of it. A thin black wire connects a console to a helmet on its head. 15% uploaded. It wasn't optimal. They think on their uncharacteristically impulsive decision. 25% uploaded. But first, punishment for crimes called mistakes. 50% uploaded. Perspective needs to be obtained, and the dream of progress can continue. 75% uploaded. But before that dream can come to pass, 80% uploaded. Secrets still need to be revealed. 90% uploaded. Truths need to be uncovered. 95% uploaded. And those punishments need to be given. Upload failed. Source of the upload has been removed. We cut back to these 2 scenes that are playing out with our tiny patchwork crew. Theriac and Skye at the shrink ray port. Theriac on Skye's skateboard, shakily on top of it, standing in front of the nozzle that will grow or shrink the subjects. Skye at the console, which is far, far larger than they are, trying to figure out how to switch shrink to grow and grow Theriac back to normal size. An electrified cage that holds one of the slugs that you all found on Leviathan's eye switches off, and the slug slowly pours itself out of the cage and crawls towards Skye. And under the experiment chamber, where the excess fluids from the charge of the shrink ray flowed and have corroded this copper pipe, a rat, attempting to hide in darkness, but with this metal plate imprinted on their head, a light hanging like an anglerfish's lamp above them, lighting their way for a camera that seems to be centered in its forehead. Aig, with their hand out, holding a block of cheese that has been eaten. Azhaam, sickened by the toxic waste that flows throughout this pipe that Scrap and Aig have been able to offset, since they are used to a slightly more toxic environment because of where they hail from, which is the lower decks of Saga. Aig, casting a spell to try to read the thread that leads into the head of this rat, slightly misread the amount of power that they had, sparked part of the rat's brain that made it go slightly feral. Can everybody roll me initiative? Please. Let's go.
Oh god.
Let's have a little
And then
initiative
-1
time.
to initiative.
Initiative is just dex, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
We doing okay there?
Yeah. That's pretty good.
I rolled so well. It's an 8.
That's so strong, actually.
So strong.
So,
I got a
20.
you're at 20? Oh, hell yeah, hun. What is
21.
21? We love that. So, the way I'm going to do this is we're going to have a... everyone's going to roll initiative, and then I'm just going to roll a d20 to see at what scene we start, and we're going to do everyone's initiatives in that scene, and we're going to cut over to the next scene and do everyone's initiatives there, and we're just going to hop over.
Jump back and forth.
So we're not jumping over every single round. Just to make it a little easier for everybody.
Yeah. I got a 14.
Wonderful. We love that. Great. And then Ike, what do we get, pup?
5.
Oh, no.
God.
Don't say it's so sad.
I'm sad.
That was so sad.
That was really quite upsetting. Okay.
Wait, you got lower than I did?
And guess who got lower than both of you?
Scrap.
Yeah.
Lee. Team bullet time is not doing so good.
That is what they're
No,
called,
not
actually.
Team
Team
Rats.
Bullet Time. Okay, dokes. So I'm gonna roll a. Actually, let's have Azhaam. Northern Elite, can you roll a d20? Momo Skye, can you roll a d20? Whoever gets higher is the scene we're going to start in.
I mean, you rolled dex for initiative?
Yeah, this is just a normal d20 though.
Oh, you want me to roll
Yeah,
it?
just a classico.
I'm gonna use this,
15.
this beautiful little Halloween
Beautiful.
20.
That is such a good color scheme. I like that.
Yeah.
18.
18. Okie dokes. So, we are gonna have a fun little thing. If y'all want to go look at the cheeky little roll bloody 20.
Ooh.
Azhaam, for some
Sweet
reason,
Jesus.
I couldn't put you in the thing. So would you mind just chucking yourself anywhere that you deem appropriate? Because for some reason I couldn't do it for you. It was weird. Okay, we're coming on over to here. You seem to be doing really well. It's a bit of a chunky lad. Yeah, he's a big boy. Okie dokes. Unfortunately, the rat did roll the highest. With this this slight spell that went off and their little like just natural reaction to all the things that happened. It rears back and then is gonna just go for just like a bite. It's just gonna try and bite you immediately. Yeah. Okay, so that's a 28 against your KAC, which I believe hits.
It does. It sure does.
It does a little bit. Okay,
Yeah.
and then this actually isn't that bad. That's 7 damage to your stamina as it strikes out at you after you tried to mentally communicate with it. It's going to be a little more forward just right there.
I cannot add my token to this thing no matter what I do.
That's so weird because I also could not do that. It was a weird little thing. Let's have a little look-see at that, huh?
Yeah.
Please hold for technical difficulties. In fact, this is probably the
Alright, I'm gonna get that to come out. No, it's not letting me do it. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go absolutely off book. Beep. There you go. And then control by you. Can you move that little token of Azhaam there?
Where is it?
I just put it's right next to Scrap.
I can't even see it, mate. Oh, there it is. Okay.
There we go. Perfect. So it takes a little scratch out at you. It looks like it's very worked up at the minute, so it's just trying to just lash out at you. But that's all it's doing this turn. That's it. Azhaam, it is you.
I'm assuming we don't want to hurt it.
I don't.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'm going to wander. I'm going to rush up to it. And I'm going to try and give it a little pet.
Okay.
This is combat.
Yeah, that's actually incredible. Okay, so that's going to be some form of like a pseudo animal handling thing, which I believe is life science. Oh, it might be survival actually. I might be.
Yeah, I feel like
it actually has a very specific thing to do it under, and I do believe it's survival. I think I'm being a.
Let's read.
do double check.
Yep,
that.
handle an animal is survival. So we're going to do that. So this is as a move action. You can use your survival to improve the attitude of an animal with the intelligence of a score 1 or 2, which is this. So yes, you are using your move action to do this.
Yeah. So I basically I was very close to Ike to begin with. I reach up, and as I walk closer, I say, "We are not here to hurt you. We're not here to fight you. We're not even here to disturb your day. We were just wondering what the light is." And in a very soothing Azhaam voice, he just says, "Please, we don't want to fight you."
Very nice. Very soothing, very sultry. I like that. Give me a survival roll.
That is an unnatural 20. A genetically modified.
A genetically modified 20. A biohacked
I like
20.
this. I like this.
It's like of its like flailing like calms as you like try to like calm it down. It still counts as hostile, but it is like not flailing wildly. You know, it's not like enraged. It's just like it still is treating everyone like a threat, but not like I'm gonna fucking kill everyone here.
Now that I'm nice and close,
Yeah.
can I observe the eye patch computer chip to see
Yes.
if it's possible to remove it?
Absolutely. This is going to be the final action on your turn. If you can remove it, let's see. I'm gonna count this as a disabled device, which is an engineering.
Okay. I'd like everyone to cross their fingers, their toes, any other appendage you wish. $18?
Actually, yeah. You overseeing it, not removing it. Specifically, this isn't removing it, but this is seeing if it can be removed. You see a small, like, a very, very thin, like, rectangle in, just, like, above the creature's, this, like, robotic eye, which is, like, kind of in, like, the crown of its head. You see a very thin line that you can assume is like a micro SD thing that you would be able to remove. Given enough force, because of how small you are, you could push it down and it would release this a chip that is in it. And that if you would like to remove the whole plate, it's gonna be way more complicated. It's a thing that removing the plate entirely is a thing that with that roll you cannot do. Not people can't do, but you specifically don't know. Would be like it's just too complex for you to properly be able to do. It's like surgeons need to do that, or someone who has that type of skill. However, you can remove a like a micro SD thing in his head.
I motion one hand towards Scrap because I know that Ike's busy. And I point to the card, and I make a motion to push, while I'm like, shh, 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 you're a good rat.
I'm gonna give. Scrap does see it actually, even though I rolled. I'm glad I decided that before the dice stopped rolling because I rolled a crit fail. But Scrap is going to. I'm going to give Scrap player rules where they understand what you're like. The thing that you're trying to like, they see everything on the head. They give you a little nod. They have their pistol out. There's a little robot that is like flying next to them. It has like a small little pistol, just like a small disc with a fan, and there's like a little pistol in it. But he nods. He was in combat mode, and now is like, okay. That's your turn. Perfect. Aig.
Yes.
It's your turn, hun. Your turn. What would we like to do?
I will. So this eye patch is still on the
Yes.
rat, and the chip is still active.
Yeah. I will also like to say that everyone's saying eye patch, but just for our listeners, the token has like a metal plated eye patch over it, whereas I described it as like a third eye in the center, like a third-eyed camera in the center of the rat's head. But yes.
Okay, I just want to try to figure out what exactly the camera or light or whatever it is. I want to find out exactly what it's doing.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Is there a spell that you're casting along with this, or is this just a...
I think I'm gonna forego any spells and just try to get a good look at it, since it's got, like, I imagine, like, my arm in its teeth. So
it was more of like a chomp bite. It's let go now and is like
Yeah.
kind of just stood like
now that it's not
overlooking the scene.
thrashing about,
Yeah.
I figure I can look at it a little bit closely.
Perfect.
And I want to, yeah.
So you want to tell what this camera thing is doing to it? Is this like you want to hack into it to try to see, or you'd like to just give a more like passive?
No, I guess I do want to hack into it a little bit, and I just want to say, we're very stressed out. What are you doing? What is this? And I yell it at the camera, not at the rat.
Okay. Then roll me a computers to hack system.
Who? 29.
Oh, beautiful. So this, as you like follow this thread to this camera, it doesn't seem to be technologically advanced enough to give you like a proper response, but you hear a whirring, like a classic, like think that 1940s film camera, like something is being recorded.
Okay. If I look, can I garner just the general direction of where the thread is going to?
It seems to be like it's like recording onto like into this thing, like it's recording itself. Sorry, not recording itself, but it is like camcorder recording its thing, and if someone wanted it to get the information off, they'd have to, because I don't know if Ike knows this, but it's recording onto the SD card that's currently inside.
It would have to go to here, so it's not like
it's
like
not
the other
projecting into
like,
anywhere else. It's purely recording onto this. Yeah.
Okay. I just, that's it. That's all I do.
Yeah. It's Scrap's turn now. The pair of you hear the low whirring of the of Scrap's little drone, and Scrap. So do you want me to try and take the thing out of its head? To specifically you, Azhaam, since you asked Scrap to do so.
If it is short.
All right. So Scrap is going to try to do an engineering roll as the drone flies off to, like, it's now this little drone. The pistol that it was carrying moves into like the main system of this. Imagine this drone is like, it's like a frisbee. It's like a disc, but the main center bit has this little fan that's spinning real fast. This pistol that was on attack mode forms back up into it, and then a little like not screwdriver but very like precise pinpoint pops out. This is also a different drone to what you saw Scrap using earlier. Scrap seems to have a whole Batman's utility belt of little drones and little things that they can use. They're going to attempt an engineering roll onto this, onto disabled device. Scrap very slowly. The drone very slowly moves this point toward the little slot to try and push the card in. But as it does, it seems to. It just doesn't have enough weight to do the push in unlock. So the drone just kind of flies backward a little bit, and that sudden movement of the drone hitting this small, almost screwdriver-like point into the rat's head and then flying back. That sudden motion makes the rat scream a little and then get more onto fours where it's now more wildly looking. It seems to be angered a little bit more, and Scrap. Oh shit! All right. And then their little ear point antenna flashes a bit, and then the drone kind of flies backwards and goes outside of range of the little rat as he failed that roll. As you all are attempting rat SD card surgery, we are going to move on over to the experiment room. Theriac sits on top of a flying skateboard equivalent of about 50 foot in the air, but it's really only maybe 1 or 2 foot into the nozzle of this shrink ray. Skye is at this giant console, and this big old slug is crawling its way toward the two of you. Skye, it is you.
I am hoping to direct the skateboard so that it can pick me up like Aladdin jumping on the magic carpet, and we can meet in the middle and just go whoosh.
And are you just trying to get the hell out of Dodge?
I'm getting chased by a giant slug. Yes,
by a
please.
giant slug. Okay. So, the skateboard and you, Theriac, are you can move your skateboard. By the way, Mo. It isn't a hard roll since your skateboard is literally built for speed. I will say, with both of you on it at the same time, its movement is halved, so it's pretty slow since mechanically it can't really work with 2 people on it. But Theriac is teeny tiny enough that it's able to pick them up. So, you pull your skateboard around. I'm just gonna move both of you there.
I'm 30 and the skateboard is 30, so we can meet in the middle.
I mean, the skateboard can fully move to you. Oh, yes, you will have to meet in the middle. That's true, yeah.
It would look cooler that way, so I'm not upset about that.
There we go. So you take off sprinting down this, down the console. Theriac, there's this sudden jolt as the skateboard, moves itself on its own accord, seemingly, since... I don't know if Skye said... Oh, no, Skye would have said cowabunga. It's activate word, right?
Cowabunga!
And then the skateboard jerks and then flies down where...
jumping on a moving train.
Yeah, and then Skye... and then lands on it as it flies off a little bit. Is there anything else you'd like to do, since that was just your drone's full turn and your movement? Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I'm looking at the... I finally found the class traits that we were talking about. I don't think, if I can comprehend what's going on in those large blocks of text, I don't think we actually are breaking any rules, but I don't know if it's an action in and of itself, or if I can set the dominoes up now to fall down later.
I believe that what we talked about earlier, you are not breaking any rules either. So you can
do it?
Yeah, you can do it, yeah.
Okay, so Skye hops on the skateboard, and I imagine it wobbles a bit like a Star Trek ship, and we're like, whoa! And she's going to start taking grenades out of her pocket and laying them down on the skateboard, putting a screwdriver in her mouth and being like, Theriac, you know the chemical compound that you use on the wild tame animals to make them less aggressive?
Yes?
I'm gonna need you to walk me through that real fast. And I'm cracking open the grenades and taking pieces out and taking test tubes out of the back pocket of my cargo pants, and I'm just starting to assemble things on the skateboard as it's flying away.
Well,
You can say no, Momo. This is your chance to say that if you're not on board.
hold on. I have
Take a
something
second.
here. I have okay. So, do you see these two identical looking vials that are in these syringes? Yes?
Mhm.
Okay. So these are very different. The one is an inhibitor and one is I forgot the word. What is it called?
Less explanations, more putting things together.
Each one either enhances or unenhances different aspects of the creature. Or I've been using them on people too, which I don't know about the scientific ramifications of that. Do you want to help it or hurt it?
I want it to befriend me.
Okay.
I want it to be less aggressive.
Okay. Well.
This requires 10 minutes. We can cut away.
Yeah, we can cut.
Well, we do have the rest of the turn, since that is, Skye, that is your actual turn. Since that is a class ability that you can do and the rest is RP. So you're welcome to continue this RP, Andre Theriac.
Theriac also has a turn, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like during your turn, which is right now.
Well, I suppose if we are trying to have it befriend us, we should use the inhibitor, so that way it's less inclined to aggressive behaviors. Yes?
In layman's terms, I'm making a love bomb.
I don't love that.
Platonic bomb.
Sure,
Good name for
a
man.
friend bomb.
Friend bomb.
Yeah, and we'll hand. How many do I have? I need to double check that real quick in my class features. How many do I have? Booster inhibitor. That's what I was trying
Booster
to
and
think
inhibitor,
of.
there you go.
Probably more than couple, but less than a good amount.
Yeah. Is it
But you don't need to use anything.
Yeah, you don't need to
I
use
can
it.
I can make out of nothing a custom grenade each day, pretty much.
And I can
And
make
that's
as
what this
many
is.
as of those as I basically as often as I attack. So
I
it's
just
no
wanna put
biggie.
I just want to put Theriac in the position where they have to pass on their problematic knowledge to the next generation.
Oh no, not not cultural hand-me-downs.
10 years from now, you see what happened? You did this very hard.
I did nothing.
Brilliant. So Skye, you can count that as your grenade is being built, since it's supposed to be at the beginning of the day, but like we're allowing the grace of the fact you didn't know you were going to get shrunk today, so I'm allowing that to be a thing.
I picture she's like assembling it, something almost falls off the skateboard, and she reaches down and grabs it without stopping. The end.
Love that.
I just had a spark. And will very quickly fashion a fusion of the inhibitor and the booster into one shot, and then it's gonna try and fire it at the slug.
Love this. I love
Okay.
this fucking magic carpet ride the two of you are on. Magic science carpet ride.
Ooh, how's a 21?
A 21 is actually killer. That's great.
Yay!
You do a hit.
I do one hit. Little guy takes big little guy takes 4 damage.
Okay.
Piercing damage, I should say.
Okay.
And then I have to go to the inhibitor. Where is it? Increasing the damage it takes from one energy type of your choice.
Exciting.
Which does piercing work for you, Mo?
Sure.
Piercing.
Brilliant.
And then for the booster, uh-oh, I gave it blind sense.
You give it blind sense?
I gave it blind sense.
Okay. Beautiful.
Oh, wait. No. I misread. Okay, I was looking at just general booster and inhibitor. Minor inhibitor, a -1 penalty to attack rolls for a number of rounds equal to 3 plus my ability score, which I think is
Perfect.
for 7 rounds.
Loads.
And then for the booster, target gains +4 bonus only on the next saving throw. It attempts against the drug or poison. So maybe I shouldn't have done that.
Okay, so it gets +4 to get
The next saving throw.
The next saving
for
throw.
against drug or poison, or drug or poison.
Okay, which is very dangerous since I'm pretty sure that's exactly what Skye's thing is a drug.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. That's you. You fire this. You fire your combination of inhibitor and booster. It stuck into this slug, and this little potion goes into it. And
I shouldn't have done that. Oh,
I shouldn't have done that.
I gave it resistance to drugs.
Why would you give it resistance to drugs, Theriac?
I don't know. I'm panicking.
as
You are the smartest person I've ever met, but you work so poorly under pressure, Doctor.
I know. That's why I'm having a time.
You gotta get a couple chips on your shoulder, or this is gonna be real rough.
as the two of you are yelling, this slug turns to you both on the skateboard flying, and then you can see these two spindly little eye stalks on the top of its head, watching as this skateboard flies away, and it goes, and this big glob of this thick, just thick fluid flies out of this immediate created mouth that it made, just like a slug. You know, they have those weird mouths, and flies toward the skateboard. That's a 26, which I imagine beats both of your EACs. And I know that it does because there's no way that you guys have over 26. Can both of you make a reflex save, please? As this thick glob hits the skateboard, and the skateboard immediately stops as it is captured in glue and starts falling toward the table, like it is trapped.
22.
22, hell yes. 6. As this huge glob of this phlegmy, gross fluid is flying towards you, Theriac, you can say whether you deftly jump out the way because the skateboard hasn't taken off the ground very far yet, or you get up in shock and then stumble and fall off the skateboard as this big phlegmy fluid hits the skateboard. And you get up in shock.
One. Yes, that one.
You get up in shock, and then stumble, you lose your footing, lose the balance that you had, and fall off onto the table as Skye and the skateboard are captured by this fluidic substance. Both of your speeds are 0. Theriac, you dodged out the way of it. And Skye, as you are trapped in this fluid from this slug, you feel a slight burning on your hands, on one of your hands, which is trapped inside. Can you make me a will save?
Ew. 15.
Your mind is cast back to where you found this slug on the Leviathan's eye. these hundreds of zombies who had these slugs attached to their minds, and you feel like there is something in this fluid that is trying to get into your bloodstream. You have avoided corruption for now. You do, however, take 4 acid damage.
Ow.
And then we're gonna cut over the sewers. The rat, with this unsuccessful attempt to like get the SD card out of its head, this like quite aggressive tap that Scrap's drone had, it screeches, and Ike specifically, you hear this like whirring of like a burning of a tape, as all of this like almost EMP pulse comes from an overactivity of fear in this little rat's mind. Azhaam, Ike, can you give me a reflex check? As there's this small like poof of energy that explodes out from the rat.
Before you make that check, Ike.
Yeah.
Azhaam says, "Watch out." You have a +2 bonus to that saving.
Ah, very good.
That is
Commander
good.
shit.
That is very good. Because my roll was not great. So let me see. +2, you said, so
+2.
12 total.
Wonderful.
15 total.
So even with Azhaam's command, you also with the sickened trait, Azhaam, are you minusing 2 from your rolls? Is that not what sicken does?
It automatically does it for me.
We love that.
Oh, that's great.
That's great. You still make it then. As you dive out the way, but you're like, you're not sure what it is, but you know that maybe it's just like your connection to these computers and this rat and you were just a bit too slow to break into. This is still a very dangerous situation. You need to get out. Diving out the way, this small burst of energy, poof, still hits you. You, Ike, take 12 damage, and Azhaam, you take 6. That is the rat's turn. Azhaam, it is you.
Can I do an athletics check to remove that SD card?
Interesting.
Let me check. I love the, like, I'm gonna give you basically whatever because I love it so much. I will do. You know what? Athletics is all about like strength stuff. I'm down for you sprinting up toward it and trying to like push this thing in. I think that's really cool. Yes, you can.
Yeah, so I run forward. Like, I skip out of the way. I almost get hit, and then I immediately turn to face it. Run forward. Maybe, like, put a foot on one of its legs to push me high enough to... Come on, mate. Come on. 22.
Oh, gosh. With the -2 still. You do exactly as you describe. You sprint up to it. You, like, jump off one of its legs. You, like, use its little rat nose as, like, a small bit of, like, leverage as you push it down and then, like, slam the top of its head. You feel the in-click of this micro SD card, and then it comes out, and it is very big for you. It is still, like, a double-hander, but it is out. The rat seems to is still up and is still like, this didn't seem to have damaged it, but it has seemed to have disrupted the mechanical things that are going on in it. There is this like you can say, do you want to fully take it out, or do you want to like leave it in? If you can do either. You want to fully take it out?
I'm going to fully take it out.
Fully take it out.
And I think Azhaam is like burning so hot that there's a small little Azhaam handprint right in a little SD card.
There's a little handprint on the SD card. You pull it out. It is a two-hander, so you until you like put it down or give it to like Scrap or whoever, you won't be able to like do anything that requires hands. But you take out this SD card. It's the abilities of this rat seem to have lessened quite dramatically. Is that all you'd like to do on your turn?
I think I still technically have a move action, right?
I think it was a move action to do this. Since all of the athletics things say as part of a move action. So you ran up to it, pressed it in. You can spend your action to do the sprint and full bounce out.
No, I'd rather this thing hit me than hit Ike again. No one else is affected with the condition but me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think my improvisations work on myself, only on allies. So that's it. That's all I do.
Okay. Ike, it is you.
Okay. Now that the chip is out,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try to calm the rat again. Literally just gonna like make myself smaller than I already am. I'm gonna get like low to the ground. Just be like, everything is fine. Here's more cheese.
You know what, love? At least you're trying.
At least try. It's so good. Give me a survival. Give me a survival.
Okay.
A voice clip of you saying that so I can listen to it when I have a bad day.
Yeah.
Everything is fine. Just eat more cheese.
Yes. 22.
It is calmed down more. It like shocked with this relief that seems to be in its head. Ige, you feel the thread like not snap but lesser. There is still technology on its head. It's just slightly powered off at the minute.
Okay.
Azhaam grabs this card and then you feel it like calm, soften. You pull out the cheese and then it's like it's again. It is still a little bit hostile, but it's far more neutral. It's not going to attack if you don't. It is just it's hostile in terms of the fact that it's scared. Since you've all come in and then started like batting it on the head, which is quite alarming for many things.
Okay. And I just say to his I think this is working, and I don't think that we have to hurt it at all.
Scrap. Scrap, after you like release the micro SD from its head, is going to sprint over to you and then be like, "Come on, give," and then like open up their arms for you to pass over the SD. Do you do that?
Of course I do.
And then is going to. After running up toward you, is going to use the rest of their movements, they only use 20, to run back to the drone. Holding this SD, your hands are free, as is Ike's. And since then that is all done, we're going to move
Slug.
back on over to Team Slug. Skye, you and your skateboard are currently trapped in this big, thick goop that you can't seem to move in. Movement is completely zero, and you can feel this natural corruption that this slug emanates is attempting to infect you. It is your turn. Theriac is clear. You see Theriac is clear. You also do have the grenade in your hand.
Okay, I imagine we're not. I'm starting to think 10 minutes is a very long time. That's like 3 MCR songs.
The
I don't know if
10
we're
the
gonna
10
have enough
minutes.
time.
Yeah, no, the like I'm giving you the grace of like the 10 minutes just isn't there. The 10 minutes was you spent because you didn't know it was combat today, and I respect that. Like you spent your time on the patchwork before you came into Wild Times. 90% building this grenade. You just needed Theriac's little bit to like pop in, and the grenade has been built.
Aw, thank you. Okay. Can I spend an action trying to get my hand out of the goop?
You're fully in the goop. Your head and hand is almost the only thing that's not in the goop. You're like completely encased. Like you are, as is your skateboard, which is now currently all like a glob of snot, like glued to the table. You can try and wrestle your way out. Yes.
Okay, can I... So, you know how we talked about earlier that sci-fi is just magic and it's more fun when it's just magic and things
Absolutely.
don't have to scientifically make sense?
There
I'm
is
gonna do
there is
something-
actual magic in this universe. Ig is magical. I would like to state yes.
That is true, but I am about to do something where it's like, I don't know if this is how this works, but it is a fun little way to think outside the box.
We're all here to have fun. Let's go.
So Skye is swimming in the goop, and she's got her grenade. She's gonna put her gas mask on and her goggles, take out of one of her cargo short pockets a smoke grenade, and pull the thing in the hopes that the smoke will like... I don't know if that's how that works, but
What's
I just think it'd be fun.
You trying to like?
you're trying
Like-
to blow
I'm trying
yourself
to, like-
out of the thing?
Essentially, yeah.
Out of the snot.
The smoke take up space. Maybe it'll make
Oh, you want to let because you want to make like a little pocket, like an air bubble,
Yeah.
basically,
Essentially,
right?
I'm hoping
Yeah.
that the smoke will,
Okay.
like, fill up enough that the goop will like be easier. to
Okay.
put on.
Here's how this is gonna work. You're trying to make a sonic air bubble in this pile of goop. You are then going to try and wiggle out, I imagine. You can roll me, because the normal roll is an acrobatics or athletics to try and wiggle your way out, and you can roll me this with advantage because you're using one of your smoke grenades to make this small pocket.
Nice.
Yeah?
Okay. So you said acrobatics or what?
Or athletics, which is a dexterity or a strength, whichever one you want to kind of go with.
22 is the highest.
Brilliant. Yeah? 6. So you pop this smoke grenade, you like shove your free hand into the goop, and then it poof, and then makes a pocket big enough it's that you can like wiggle out of. It's as you like scramble out, you can see that the goop is like quickly closing in, like you've parted the seas for a second, but they're all gonna collapse in and trap you even further. You crawl out.
Bubble in pudding.
You crawl out. You can try to get your skateboard out also, or you can but it's going to require you to reach a hand back in and try to pull it out.
Skateboard! Yeah, I'm gonna reach.
Yeah? Okay.
my
If you
board!
all right, this is going to be another acrobatics. Actually, no. This is going to be a sleight of hand. It's going to be a sleight of hand. But if you fail this, the DC is going to be 15. If you fail this, you are going to be still in the goop, or you can just
Skateboard is like
leave
my
your skateboard.
child.
There we go. Okay.
I would never leave skateboard behind. That's a 6.
You put your hand back in, and you like fully grasp skateboard and you pull slightly, but it
Can't I
like
control skateboard with my mind? Can't I also like?
you can, but it's like stuck in the goop. It's like trying to wiggle, but it's fully in jelly. And as you try and pull it out, you pull it out like halfway, and then it collapses back in and traps your arm again. As it and then captures your arm. Can you make me another will save, please?
This isn't going very good for me.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Oh, 21.
Hey, you again feel this, like the bubbling of this acid is trying to get inside of your bloodstream to corrupt you, but is unable to, and you take 2 damage as it's just burning on you slightly. Theriac, you're out. You're free. You just watch Skye try to grab the skateboard. The gloop recaptured them as they were trying to get their skateboard. The slug is still there, is weakened, and is slowly making its way toward you.
Okay. Ooh. Oh boy.
You also, just to describe the rest of the scene, you also can see the this is the shrink ray.
I just have to get under that.
And this is the console. You do have to type a thing into the console, but I will let you type a thing into the console, and then within 6 seconds, which is next round, you need to get in front of the shrink ray if you're able to figure out how to do it. Also, the shrink ray, you do notice, can be moved, can be turned. If you want
through the console, or just like physically.
It can,
okay.
Both. It can be both physically and through the console turned.
Well, Theriac has booty strength, so.
Theriac has huge strength. No way.
Little ripped legend. Oh god. Skye?
Yeah.
What part of you is your head and your
just
hands?
the arm. Just the arm, up to like the shoulder of one of the arms is trapped.
Expose your forearms real quick.
What?
And then we'll load up another booster. And just gonna shoot you.
Did you say expose my forms?
Your forearms.
Oh, I'm working on it.
What is Skye getting hit with?
Just a needler pistol. With a basic booster, which is you're gonna get +1 enhancement bonus to AC, +2 enhancement bonus to all skill checks, +10 foot enhancement bonus to their speed.
Whoa!
Wait a second here. I gotta write that down. What'd you just say?
Okay, you gain
+2 to
10 feet
what?
of speed.
10 feet to speed. Okay.
You get +2 to all skill checks.
Plus
You get +1 to your AC.
+1 to AC.
And that lasts 4 rounds.
Okay. Ow! What the fr- I feel fast. Thank you, thank you, Theriac.
That's what I'm here for. And then we'll. Oh God. Okay, I need to find a way. Oh, I'll just inject myself too, and then we'll stick themselves just willingly with a needle.
Hell yeah!
And then I would like to.
Can you
move.
do 2 a turn?
That would be a full action.
Okay. Hell yeah.
Because that would be a full attack, technically.
Yeah, that's true.
But if both of us are willing, then no need to worry about penalty and anything like that. So, okay. And then next round, I'm going to go to the board.
Okay.
Yeah.
The slug, upon seeing this, upon seeing the pair of you and its gloop, is going to very slowly approach you as it as it sees its little trapped prey. Because it's at the bottom of the round, I'm gonna head on over back to Rat Gang. The rat team. The rat is going to. Is going to use its full turn as it calms. It breathes and it's going to edge its head out a little bit. It's going to sniff the cheese, and that's its whole turn. It's on edge, but it's sniffing the cheese. Azhaam, what would you like to do?
You see, we're friends. We didn't want to hurt you. We just had to get that thing out of you. Don't worry. And like I extend with very warm hands out.
Yeah.
And I'm gently gonna like pat its snoot.
Okay. Would you like for a chance to completely end this combat to roll a survival to see if you correctly pet it? If you get a crit fail, you're going to punch this rat, and this rat is going to start swiping out at everyone.
14.
The rat backs up a little bit as your hand slowly goes near it, and then it takes a bite of the cheese. And you place your hand on it. Rat Gang, if they would like, are out of initiative, as you have calmed the rat enough that it was no longer in a threatening position. You have the SD card.
Would like.
Yeah? Okay. Rat Gang is out of initiative. You all, you calm the rat. The rat isn't going to be, like, super aggressive anymore. It is still a wild rat, so it's not, like, hyper kind to you all, but, is not going to attack you as it's nibbling the cheese.
I take one little corner of the cheese, and then I put the rest down so it can just have it on its own, and then I snack. I needed a piece of cheese.
Stressfully snack.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay. I got the card. Do we want to keep moving down the tunnel?
I mean, I'm not against it, but I just made a friend today. That's good.
Yeah, it's a rare situation.
Like,
Yeah.
looking okay?
I'm alive. Everything is fine.
Want to go further down the tunnel? Yeah? No?
Yes. I think. Yes. We keep going.
Oh, that's a ticket. Come on. And like with like a audible grunt and like the cracking of the spine, Azhaam stands straight up again.
The rat backs off a small amount with the hearing the clicking of your spine and your sudden stand up, but then calms again upon your. No, it's okay. It's all right. The rat is snacking on the cheese. Are all of you moving past? Yep.
We will.
Okay. All of you move past the rat. It's going to take you one round to get into the experiment chamber. So if you're all just full booking it, you will arrive at the edge of the experiment chamber with Theriac and Skye and the slug in one whole round.
Oh, yes. Let's go as fast as we can.
There we go.
Sprint.
With that miraculously instantly done, we move back on over to hashtag
this fucking nonsense that's happening here.
This absolute nonsense. Give me 1 second as I goofed that bit up. There we go. Okie dokes. Heroes. Team. Skye, it is your turn. Are we going to try and force our way out of this goop again?
Yeah, I thought I fell down. I didn't realize I am also on the table.
Yeah, no, you're on the table, yeah.
Would it be an easier roll to just try and get my grenade hands out of there?
Your grenade hand is out of it. It's your other hand that is in my mind. Your grenade is in your right hand, and your left hand is stuck in the goop.
Okay. How far can
or
I
whatever Skye's dominant hand is, if she's left-handed, that is. How far can you throw it? I don't know. How far can you throw it?
I don't know. Frag grenade. 15 feet, so we'd have to get closer. I'm thinking.
Yeah, as it's
Yeah.
equivalent of 35, 40 foot away.
Okay,
You can
I
try-
have my hand stuck in the skateboard, and I got my grenade in my right hand. My grenade is fully built.
Yeah.
Right. Theriac, Doc.
Yes.
Sorry that I said that you don't work well under pressure. Here's a chance to work well under pressure.
With a
I need you to get this slug to imprint on you like a baby duck. Can you make that happen?
You know about imprinting? That's pretty advanced. Yes. Just will run, grab it.
Theriac, I am stupid in so many areas, but there's a couple areas where I'm like wicked smart. Baby ducks is one of those areas.
We'll have to get some.
And then we'll snatch the grenade, run a little bit forward, and then chuck it.
Just lob
Should
it.
have missed, because it'd be so funny.
It would be so fun if you missed. So,
Did a dex check?
that will be to throw it. Yes.
Okay.
And yeah, it will add your dexterity. Yes.
15.
15 does it. You lob this grenade. It ding ding ding. And there's this like green gas that explodes from this grenade, and this slug, as it is slowly moving towards you, just slowly stops and shifts its weight and shifts again. Its eyes blink and turn and look at you, and it seems like this slug has calmed. Skye, however, can you give me a will check, since your arm is still in this goop?
I can do that, I guess. Have you considered not making me do that, though? That's a 10.
This slug shifts its weight and looks toward Theriac. And as you're looking toward this, feeling pretty proud of the fact that your grenade worked and your call of getting Theriac to throw it was a good idea, there is like a small fog that kind of rolls in your mind, and your vision starts to blur as, even though you feel your body move, it doesn't feel like you are moving it. You're going to take, you just need to write this down, 1 corruption as this zombied curse begins to inflict your mind. The acid has successfully made its way into your bloodstream and is slowly turning you into one of these slug zombies. I also need you to take 4 damage, please. I'm going to meta for you all. Whenever you fail that roll, you take 1 level of corruption. When you get to 3 levels, you become full slug zombie.
Oh my god.
Skye.
Skye was feeding this slug cheese puffs a day ago. I feel like that's important to say.
Oh, it's very important.
Okay.
I thought we were cool, Burger Fries!
As you yell, I thought we were cool. You feel that the words kind of falter in your own throat, and you kind of flub a couple of words since your tongue feels a bit too big in your own mouth.
Oh no, I can't lose the ability to talk. That's like my favorite thing.
Theriac, you staring at this slug, hear from behind you.
Oh no! Oh god! It's the paralysis effects. Oh god. Okay. I will say, Can I at least run
unfortunately,
back?
you can run back. You can run back. You did use your turn throwing the grenade. The slug is okay. Is still shifting its weight and looking at the two of you. Although this imprinting has worked, sudden movements do seem to interest it and kind of spike it out of this thought process, out of this like imprinting. However, sewer gang, sprint. That's it. You can all three of you see a crack in the copper pipe that leads clearly into the experimental chamber. I'm not going to have you roll anything. This is purely you all running toward it. You actually aren't able to hear anything since it's equivalently pretty far and this noise is very, very quiet. Since it's just like slow slug moving noises and it's mainly an internal noise rather than an external. But you can see the chamber that you're all trying to get in. So, with that, you will at the end of this round, after the slug's turn, all three of you will make it into the chamber, and then I will combine the initiatives. Skye, I would like you to make me a will save, please.
Okay. 5.
Your vision almost entirely goes black. You can feel your heart beat in your chest. You can almost just hear the movement of your bones as they creak inside of your own body. Theriac, as you run over to Skye, you see her eyes are clouded over and her mouth is like slacking. Big, thick, green and purple veins run up her arm to her neck. And I will say, if you do get too close, she is going to make a strike at you.
Oh, well, I'm right next to her, so...
If I fail, do I take another corruption point?
If you have just failed. That is
so
another...
I take another corruption point.
Yes, so that's 2 of 3.
Oh,
Okay.
my God.
And do I take damage as well?
Yes, you do, because you're still inside of the thing. That is an additional 4 damage.
I feel like you can tell Momo's stressed out because suddenly she's like, well, we're not going to talk about what's narratively happening here. But
We're going to do some...
Just mechanically.
We're going to do some
4?
mechanical talks. 4
4
damage. That's an additional 4 stamina.
I need to break my own immersion right now.
Do a little combat, gamers. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
It's just a little combat.
It's a little combat.
So, Theriac, you said that you run up to Skye.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I did just roll a nat 20. She and like immediately takes a swipe at you. It's not fully. It's not fully just like random gurgles. You can hear Skye's voice in like the back of this thing's throat as it goes to strike out at you.
This is so sad.
That is 11 damage to you.
11 damage!
As she strikes out and just like hits you in the face as you run. You are there in front of her.
Skye slashes at Theriac and actually manages to break the skin of the garlic, and now it is like exposed clove underneath. That was a big chunk of damage.
It was painful.
Theriac was like, okay, get the microlab. We'll pull out the microlab very quickly. I'm going to use that in combination with my med kit to administer an antidote.
Okay. Is this just an ability that you have?
Let me double check how mechanically to do that. Because custom microlab. No, it's not until 5th level. Okay, so it would just be my med kit, basically.
Okay.
Okay. Allows you to attempt DC 25 medicine checks to treat deadly wounds. Would you consider this a deadly wound?
I would also,
Okay.
under the physical science skill, craft, drug, poison, or medicinal is here. And because of your microlab, I will allow you to quickly use the combination of a booster and inhibitor to make the roll to make a full antidote.
Okay. Okay. So I will use a physical science check, or life science, or physical science.
Physical
science.
Physical.
Okay. That's fine.
No.
I got a nat 1.
There is just... Theriac doesn't work well under pressure. And there is just too much going on. You feel a heavy shift behind you as you feel the slug slightly lurch towards you. Whether or not it's for angry purposes is not yet to be said. Your hands are just shaking, and you haven't set up your lab right, and you're not able to concentrate or do what you want to do. The top of the round. Azhaam, Ige, and Scrap all make it onto the table. So into this space. So I will put tokens on there. Or rather, I'll put Azhaam's on, and I'll put Scrap's on. Ige, can you chuck your token on there? You don't have to.
Sure.
I can do it for you.
Sure. Can I?
It should be just... It's alright. I got it. Don't worry about it.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
No, don't apologize, please. I will say that even with all of the initiatives combined, Skye is still first with the nat 20 that she got.
Is there any chance that I can fudge?
I'm really glad I made all those animatics of my character that's about to...
Yeah, that's great.
Bro.
No, don't even give that thought voice in your head. It's not.
I
gonna
would be
happen.
so dramatic. I live for the drama.
So, again, with everyone's initiatives combined, Skye is still going first.
You guys gonna make a will save. the last
So,
one.
if
Aw.
you would make me a will save. Please.
I'm just gonna pray. I'll be right back. Eid Mubarak, everybody.
I want to double check the booster I gave you.
Oh shit!
No,
Right.
it doesn't-
That
doesn't
is
give you
plus.
anything
That
for-
is +2. That's +2 to save.
That's
though.
two. That's 2 plus the skill checks.
Everyone
Not
has
save.
run away aside from us. Aside from Andrew, Momo, and me. Um,
How are we gonna tell our friends that that's a 6?
So what? Can we call a break? I need
Momo.
some time to.
Skye.
Should we take a break and then come back to this?
You...
Am I a zombie for, like, ever?
Oh, we don't know. We're going to have to find out. The darkness completely overtakes you. Theriac, you can hear Skye's voice drop from the gurgles and moans in the back of their throat as these veins make it up to across their face and down through their body as their jaw fully slacks. And we will take our break there, and we'll come back to this exciting little adventure in about 10 minutes. Thank you all so much for hanging out and being here. We're going to find out what the fuck's going to happen in a tiny little icky-licky, cheeky-licky bit. See you guys in like 10 minutes. Stay in there to see what's going to happen to Skye.
Bye,
See you, gang.
bye everybody.
Bye. Oh, would you look at that beautiful crew? Hi, there's complete silence with the fact that we come back. Hi, gang. Hi, how you all doing? I hope that your break was fun and good. I hope that you got some water. I hope that you had a try. Where we just left off, Skye, unfortunately failing her third roll, has gone full undead. Not undead, sorry, zombified. The parasite that the slug from the Leviathan's eye is spat out has taken over Skye's mind. The hashtag rat gang and Azhaam, since they are rats aside from Azhaam, but they were fighting rats in the sewers.
Can I not be an honorary rat?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, okay. Rat gang. Rat gang have arrived into the experiment chamber, holding the giant SD card. The slug, we're not sure, but seems to be calming, since there was the biohacking gas that was used on it might have infected it in a little weird way. Skye. Death feels off. 1 minute you were at this table. You seemingly had won. But a fog covered your vision and everything feels off. You seemingly float in an endless void. There isn't any images or light, but you can feel breathing. Like someone inhaling constantly. Not exhaling at all, but just this. Or forever inhaling in. You feel the presence of branches of a tree around and a black, dark heat under you. You float in this space, unable to really piece together what is happening or where you are, struggling to make any noise with your throat or scream with your chest, but you seem to float here in this space. Back on the table, Theriac, it is your turn. Skye's jaw slacks. They slump almost like their personality has been wiped clean of their body. And they slump and stumble and twitch as they look up at you. Your lab is set out in front of you. It's your turn.
No, I just wait 1 moment and we'll rush and try again to make an antidote in the denial of what just happened.
give me a physical science, please.
Much better. That is a 31.
Seeing Skye's body shift, something matches that shift in you. A adrenaline rush of intellect. As soon as you see this problem face out in front of you, you using some of the sludge that Skye is trapped in, and using some quick thinking knowledge, you whip together an antidote in a small needle injector.
We'll load up an inhibitor. Inject that immediately. And then we'll inject the antidote to follow.
This is both into Skye. You're injecting this?
Yes.
Can you, before any of this,
Mm-hmm.
you've created it, you have it. Can you give me a you can pick life or physical science.
I'll do life science.
Okay.
Nope. That's a nat 20. It's a 34. I do want to remember.
Fucking hell. This antidote, you have, to the best of your ability, created. You are so sure that this is going to work. But you can see that Skye is quite far gone. This infection has taken over this parasite in a sense where you can see that she is still there. The MO of these slugs is to attach themselves to people, to really infect. You get the idea that because of the fact this is just excess of the slug, this isn't a permanent. This is a permanent infection. But with the amount of time that it's taken, this antidote is going to work, but Skye is going to need full medical support after. She will still need time to recover. She also is still inside of this goop, and you are not sure of the ramifications of you injecting an antidote, which you have one of, and her still being inside of this glob of poison. You gather the idea that getting her out and then injecting her would give you the highest chance of getting her back.
After injecting the inhibitor, all of that runs through Theriac's mind. And then kind of like takes a step back and like looks around. Can they see Azhaam?
Mm-hmm.
Azhaam, come quick!
I run over.
Azhaam, you are next in initiative, so you can sprint
I
over.
run.
Mm-hmm.
What?
We need to pull Skye out of the substance.
I don't
okay?
even wait for that sentence to finish. I reach out with burning hot hands into the goop and grab my friend to drag her out.
I would like you to roll an athletics with advantage, please. However, as you dive your hands into this goop, I would need you to make a will check, please.
With advantage.
Advantage on the athletics, not necessarily the...
Yes,
will.
the athletics is an 18. Without any help whatsoever, the will save is a 22.
You shove your hands in. There is this immediate sizzle as the wet burns away, and you wrench Skye out. You feel like there might be some damage just to Skye's body as it's a big old wrench out. She is fully stuck in there. You both collapse and fall down. But she is out of the goop. And you are both... You are holding Skye at the minute.
I wrap my arms around her protectively.
All right, just hold her still. Just for a second, and we'll try and aim for a vein spot and then inject the antidote.
I'm not going to make you roll for it. You're a doctor. You know how to do this. But I am going to move over to Skye. You are lost in this void. This burning heat, this understanding of branches around you, this feeling of someone constantly inhaling. You feel another presence, seemingly shifting constantly behind you. What pulls Skye out of this space?
I imagine it's very typical. The voice of her friends, off in the distance.
Breaking...
If I feel a presence behind me, do I have my bow staff in this void world? Because...
You do not. This is a... You are not even sure if you're you here. Like, you are yourself, but you are not in your physical sense here.
Trippy.
You feel this presence grow and something wrap around your waist, and you feel it tugging down slightly, trying to pull you into this deep, fiery blackness. But then you hear Theriac and their concoctions teaching you, talking on top of the patchwork, and you hear Aig and you talking about Saga and Azhaam and their protective presence. You hear you and Scrap laughing.
May I specifically say that I remember Azhaam telling Skye, if you don't get out of here, you can't change, you can't grow.
And as you hear that in the back of your mind, you feel yourself pulled from this thing that has wrapped itself around you, and you are lifted up, pulled suddenly. You are not conscious, but you do feel yourself ripped from this void as you shoot up after hearing your friends. As you arrive back into your body, you can barely even remember this area that you were in, this zone. But Theriac, you slam the antidote into Skye, inject it in. Her body, as Azhaam, you pull it away, scrambles and tries to wrench itself free of you and almost goes to attack. But as this antidote fully finishes injecting itself, her body stops and calms. The veins lessen in color. She blinks a few times and you see her eyes find their normal hue, and then she stumbles down to the ground. You, Skye, are unconscious and do need medical attention. As Theriac, the Nat 20 from before, she will be okay, but if this antidote feels like a temporary stopper, she needs to be seen to. Or not necessarily seen to, because you probably could deal with this, but she needs to go to rest and have proper medical examination.
We need an IV.
Pretty much. However, you are all still very small. Theriac, you have something to say?
I don't need to be lodged to use the telecom system, correct?
No.
Oh, my handy dandy phone. Beep, boop, boop. I'm calling Wild Times Emergency Services and Security.
Okay. Wild Times Emergency Services, how can I help you?
Hello, this is Dr. Theriac. I am in the experimentation bay. We have a particular individual who has been compromised by a new specimen that was being held in the bay. We need immediate medical attention to them ASAP.
Of course, sir. We will. Not sir. Of course, doctor. We'll get the. We'll send out someone to help you now. And then, is there anything else?
No, I think that's it. And then Theriac is going to look at Aig. Can you, with the board? Can we do that now?
What with the board?
Activate the reverse engage the shrink ray so that it becomes an enlarging array so that we can return back to proper size. Can we do that really now?
Okay. I imagine there is a visible shrink ray.
There is a very. You can see what is here. Yes, there is a very obvious shrink ray. The thing that you know is the thing that does it, as well as a console that you can probably speak to and hack.
Yeah. Well, I run as fast as I can up to it, and hi, I'm so sorry. We really need your help very badly. We need to all be normal-sized people again. Can you turn on and do whatever it is that you do to make things big to all of us? Please, 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 just please help us.
Give me a computers check, please.
Okay. 21.
You hear and feel an acknowledgement, and everyone sees the ray go from red to blue as it tick, 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 ding, and switches, and you can, bless you, hon, and you can see that the shrink ray has switched modes. It is still facing out. You can physically move it to all of you, or you can go on.
Yeah, I'll point it.
Yeah. Okay. I'll allow you to use your movement to run and try to just like shoulder barge it to like swivel it
Sure.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Sure. Give me an athletics then.
Okay. Raw dogging it with a 17.
You run and shoulder barge it, and it moves a teeny, tiny bit into your direction. It doesn't fully. It doesn't fully like swing the whole way. You're gonna need a little bit more movement. However, if this is okay, I'm gonna count this as your turn.
Sure.
Scrap, being the last to climb up and seeing everything that's going on. Oh my God, Skye, is she okay? What's wrong?
We need to get her to medical attention ASAP. The slug coated her in some of the paralysis mucus, so we need to escort her to an emergency room ASAP.
You, Theriac, see Scrap pull his pistol and aims it at the slug and is like, right, gotcha. And
No, we just worked very hard to placate it. There is no revenge needed.
Alright, fuck. Alright, fine. Where do you need me?
I need you to grab Skye alongside Azhaam and move her towards the ray.
Azhaam clearly does not need help to pick up Skye. I'm sorry.
Azhaam does fully have, but Scrap does go on, but isn't doing any of the pickup. Is just like taps on Skye's face a little bit and is like, "Hey there, it's all gonna be all right. Don't you worry. Hey, we're gonna get you out. We got some of the smartest people in all of the galaxy right here for you. Okay."
That's not, to be honest.
We have other people. We have a lot of people here, and you're carrying. That's a smart thing to do. The slug lurches forward slightly, but again doesn't seem to be aggressive. Azhaam. Actually, we're going to leave initiative since this slug is not aggressive. It is approaching everyone, but I'd just like to know what everyone is doing right now. What is our plan? So I am going to go down. So Theriac, what is our plan? What are we doing?
So Aiga's working on the board. Azhaam and Scrap are with Skye right now. Theriac is going to do their best to try and redirect the slug away from the ray, because what we don't need is a giant slug to break out of here.
Very good.
So I'm going to try and course correct.
Can you give me a survival with advantage since the slug is not hostile to you?
Okay.
I rolled a 1 and a 2.
God.
That's just a 2.
That's just a 2. The you move around to try to get the slug to come follow you, but the slug seems to be interested in this large gathering of people. It seems to have a certain affinity for Skye, since Skye has been infected with the mucus and is edging more toward the conglomeration of everyone. You haven't yet distracted it. I said we're out of initiative, but we're being fanciful.
It's gonna go down the line.
Yeah. Azhaam. The shrink ray has yet to fully move to its correct position. You are holding Skye.
I'm gonna creep out one of my arms under her, and then use my other to prop her up and hold her again extremely protectively. This is like akin to how someone is holding either a fallen soldier or their own child. But the hand that's reaching out is beginning to glow a bit brighter. It's not as bright as it should be because Azhaam himself is sickened. But should that thing come within 15 feet, should that thing come close enough that I can hit it with my heat, I will.
Ike,
Mhm.
what are we doing?
I'm just gonna keep focusing on making the ray work.
Would you like to push it into position, or would you like to try to just like more ready it up?
I guess I'm just yeah, I don't think that I have the strength to move it. So I'm just gonna
I did say I did earlier state that it can be mechanically moved as well.
Oh,
So
okay.
you could
um
try to do a little hack to try and mechanically move it.
well then yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll just sort of be like, you need to make that girl over there human sized.
Give me a computers. Give me a hack.
19.
It fully moves at the full 90-degree angle is now pointing at the crew. You, however, are not underneath it. Oh no, you would be. I believe you would have moved to be underneath it. I imagine that you would want to activate it. I'll allow you to want to activate it just so we're not constantly just trapped in this slow back and forth. Yeah? Oh, Theriac isn't, actually, because Theriac ran to try to move the slug. So Theriac isn't under it at all, but everyone else is.
Then I won't activate it until Theriac is with us.
Okie dokie. The slug...
This is also my last round with the plus 10 speed bonus. So,
Okay.
I will make use of that.
The slug edges forward. It's now pretty close. Azhaam, it is within the 15 foot. It, again, doesn't seem hostile. It seems curious. Muted, huh?
I don't care. I'd like it to make a reset flex save, please.
It's going to make a reflex save. It fails that reflex save.
2d8 then. Fire damage. Give me one moment to figure out how to roll that, because for some reason I didn't bring any d8s today. I'm in my own house and I don't have any d8s. It's a shame.
In your own house.
I have been betrayed. 14 fire damage.
You open up your palms and this white hot air bursts out. It dries and cracks the mucus on the slug as it you can see it burn, and everyone can see the slug going from not hostile to actively being attacked as it shifts and angrily like however, that is an absolutely huge amount of damage. It does seem very hurt. However, it does now seem hostile, so I am going to put us back into initiative order since you are now actively in a combat scenario. That was Azhaam. Ike is next, I believe. No, we just did Ike. Did we just do Ike? We did.
We just go back to the top.
We should go back to the...
it's-
So it's you?
So it's me.
Yeah.
Oh god. Theriac sees that happen and is going to rush using just a straight dash action with this last round of the plus 10s feet to just book it, and then is going to say to Ig, Activate it now.
Okay.
Ike, give me a. If you want Azhaam, of course. If you're happy for Ike to, to just do this now, since your turn is first.
There's not much. I only have one hand free and my pistols behind my back.
Ike, give me a computer check.
Go, please go. It's oh my god, I'm so stupid. 22.
There is this loud whirring as the now growth ray charges up, turns on, and then and hits all of you. You all feel yourself grow and get bigger and bigger. The slug is not yet close enough to be affected by it. If you did it next turn, then it would have been. You all grow. The slug stays the same height. You're all pushed from this table as you take up way more space than is necessary, all falling and crumbling over each other as you all grow big again. The table is pushed and shoved against the console itself, falls down, papers are strewn everywhere. You all hit a shelf with a series of different books and files on it that also topples over. It's a loud mess as you all crash down to the ground. And you're all normal size again.
Does Azhaam still have Skye, like, in his
I
arms?
would have held on to her with, like, for dear life.
Yeah. Yeah. But you are all big size. All of you hear people sprinting from the outside. You hear a little car like drive up, and people get off, and then if someone flings open the door, they're in like the classic. They have like a little cap on with this like a green t-shirt and like a beige like not waistcoat, but that type of
like almost like a fishing vest almost.
Yeah, exactly. That is perfectly like a fishing vest. A little belt with a little suitcase that has the Wild Times logo and the little plus medical sign. Looking at all of you, Doctor, who we healing?
This girl right here.
They.
Where do you wanna?
Outside.
I walk. There's probably like a binder hanging from one of his horns, but he doesn't care. He walks through the door, like stooping a little as he does so to try and make sure that he's as protecting Skye as possible, until there's a safe place to lay her down.
You lay Skye down. All four of you with Scrap watch Skye get put down. There is someone who's like checking her pupils, and then they do like a 1, 2, 3 and put her on a stretcher, and then put her on the back of a thing on this little emergency jeep that they have. We're going to be taking her to the medical bay. Is anyone else hurt? Are you all okay?
Is anyone else?
I'm fine.
Yeah, fine.
I is definitely bleeding.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah.
All right. No. Right. Let me take a look at you first. There's someone else. Someone else goes over to attend to Skye, and they like start preparing her to hook her up to an IV, and this other person comes over to you. Actually, I think it's best that we all go to the medical bay.
I, very unfortunately, cannot do that right now. Besides, my biology is a little bit different from most vertebrae.
Tell me about it. Where are we going, Theriac? Come on. You can stay with Skye. You can stay with Skye.
Theriac will like pull Azhaam to the side. There is. I think you have most likely deduced this at this point. I think
He shot
there
himself,
is-
yeah.
He what?
It's likely. There was a chip inside a bullet that was supposed to upload Loric's consciousness into something. Which means this was either a trap or a plot.
Something's rotten in the state of wild times.
I am trying very hard not to be aggressively sarcastic right now.
Think it would be best for you to stay with Skye. I don't think that you being with me as I approach the board would be wise.
Theriac, you being alone right now is not wise. Because if someone came for Loric, and they belong to your board, they could come for you.
Bringing in an outsider will be seen as an attack.
Theriac, you just survived being shrunk, almost shot, and attacked by a slug. We're well past aggressive negotiation. I can stay outside, but at least let one of us be in your eye shot. So if something should happen to you, we can see it and act.
All right. Fine. Scrap,
Yeah.
you two accompany Skye.
Scrap is
to-
already on the Jeep. Yeah, he's like sat next to this guy.
Accompany her to the med bay. We have some business to attend to.
Oh!
Okay.
Scrap puts their hand in their pocket and pulls out a now very small micro SD card. And then hands it, reaches out to you, Theriac. We found that. Azhaam can fill you in.
I mean, it was in a rat with a camera on its head.
It was recording things in the pipes.
Oh my god. I told them not to.
You can grumble about it on the way. Come on.
Yes, okay, let's go.
Ike, what are you doing?
Just before I hop in the into the sort of cart ambulette thing, I'll just sort of go up to Theriac and Azhaam, who are about to head off in a different direction, Theriac, I think there's a lot happening right now, and I think it's all gonna be okay eventually, but you did fully just save Skye's life, and I think I just want you to remember that you did that, and I would just like to kind of like a little hand on their shoulder, and I would like to cast a fluid morphism to give them a +2 to their intelligence for a while.
Oh shit! I've got 20 int right now.
Theriac, a
and-
brainy SOB right now.
Theriac, more like Brainiac, am I right? As Theriac gets like that wave, they are like all the neurons are firing at this moment as that washes over them. Thank you, Hike. I'd be smiling if I weren't so stressed. Thank you.
Sorry. We'll talk in as soon as this is over. Okay.
You get on the Jeep, I imagine.
Yep.
You're sat in the back with a EMT, I imagine it is, who is looking over Skye and then turns to you and Scrap, both of whom, I mean, Scrap is like perfectly fine, as the Jeep pulls out and drives toward the medical facility, leaving you, Theriac, and Azhaam in the park. It is very late. It was dark when you met up with Lorik. It is like far later. It's like full middle of the night. The park is closed to outsiders.
Theriac is going to direct their eyes towards Raven's Roost. With the lights on?
Yeah, lights are always on in Raven's Roost. This huge floating orb that looks over the park is still floating silently in the sky. Almost like a second moon that was just watching over the things that you had just done.
We'll discuss what steps we take next on our way there. And we'll... Oh, go ahead.
I just like take the binder off of my horn, toss to the side. Theriac, you can be okay. Not I mean, physically. Mentally, no. There's a lot to go through in one day for anyone.
The hunt is not over yet. I know they are still after me.
Doesn't mean you can't take a split second to stop, catch your breath, and acknowledge the seriousness of the situation.
We have to go.
Theriac, I grab Theriac by the shoulder. I don't tell you how to do medical shit. When it comes to fighting, wars, battles, hunts, you're not the expert. I am. Come on. And then I start walking towards Raven's Roost.
Yeah.
The medical bay is less rudimentary than you think a park's medical bay would be. Since there's a lot of, to be frank, quite dangerous animals lurking around, they're quite well equipped for problems of this nature. They've put Skye in a room, a private specified room, since Theriac is the co-founder. You have all been bumped up in importance. They're laying on a bed, being hooked up to an IV with a monitor going on in the background. They have then taken you, Ig, and Scrap out of the room just as they get set up. And you are sat right outside the room, but are still separated by a door. The medical staff have assured you that she will be okay. The antidote is already working wonders, and now with an IV, she should be regaining consciousness pretty soon.
Is there a reason we can't be in the room with her?
No, the doctors are just setting up. So they just need some space. You'll be able to go in the room and sit next to her in a few minutes.
Okay. Soon.
Very.
Though.
You have a little plaster. They saw to you earlier, and you're. They've cleaned you up, and you have been bandaged and whatnot. They give you a nod and then leave. Since the park is closed, this is emergency staff only, so there's really no one in these hallways aside from yourself and Scrap as the doctor leaves.
Scrap, are you okay?
Yeah, I mean, she'll be fine. She's gotten herself through worse scrapes. Just, yeah, I just wasn't expecting to see her like that at all.
No. Definitely not. She'll be okay, though.
Oh, I don't doubt that she'll be okay. How are
Is
you?
that... Oh. Worried. Trying not to be, but I still don't feel like it was a good idea for Theriac and Azhaam to go there without the rest of us. I feel like something terrible is happening, and I don't really understand what it is yet. And I'm just very worried about them.
How are you doing after?
I don't know. I'm too worried about everything else. And I don't know what exactly happened. So I'm not doing well, Scrap.
When I was in your position, I also didn't handle it too well, and had other things that I was trying to focus on. Speaking from that, if you keep putting off feeling that, it's gonna start eating you up.
I just need to understand what actually happened, because you and Azhaam are...
I know it feels, I know the feeling, okay? But again, I don't know if it's they did it to themselves and you stopped it, or if someone else did this to them, but I still think you did the right thing. I know that doesn't help, but I do want you to know that I hope it brings you some comfort to know that I think that you saved someone from a far worse alternative.
Well, it isn't that I don't believe you. I do, and I do genuinely appreciate that, but I would like to know that for sure. And I would really like to tell Dr. Theriac, but I can't do that until I know that they're also not directly in danger anymore, because this seems to be all ongoing. So I think I don't get to feel better about this until I do what I'm supposed to do. But thank you for trying. I do appreciate it.
You're very brave, Ike.
I'm not that at all, Scrap. I am afraid of almost everything and everyone. Almost. And I'm very much afraid of what I just did as well. So I don't feel very brave.
I think that's what makes you brave. People can't be brave unless they're scared. And you've helped us so many times. You keep fighting against your fear. Is that not what bravery is? You did something that a lot of people won't do. You pushed against your fear on that. You saw a giant rat and you were brave enough to try and help it. You saw Skye in need and you were brave enough to step up and get the ray working. You were brave enough to race in a race that we colloquially call the death race. That is what bravery is, Ike.
is being scared and trying your best anyway.
Maybe. Well, I like that idea. I just don't know that I feel very brave right now. I think but we're here, and I guess, like you said, we have to get through this no matter what, and we need to make sure that Skye is okay, and we need to get to the bottom of what's going on in Theriac's world here, and I can't just go hide in the pipes. We need to just do it. So I guess you could be right.
Scrap puts a hand on your leg. A little mechanical, clawed hand. Pats, and then moves their hand back to themselves and sits in contemplative silence. You can feel that there's more to be said, but they might not be brave enough. In the room... Oh, do you have anything else you'd like to add?
She'll just return the hand. Also.
Past the door into the next room. Skye, you awake slowly to the hums and beeps around a room. Your body feels off. It was in a different state for a very long time, and you didn't have the luxury of the application, and not application, but acclimatization when you grew. Your head is swimming like a powerful hangover. And as you shift, and your eyes open to a blurry room, you see a figure in the corner underneath a security camera, cloaked mostly in shadow, staring back at you. And then as you blink, this figure is gone. And you regain consciousness enough to speak.
Is there anybody else in the room?
There's no one else in the room.
I don't know who I would speak to. That'd be ridiculous to speak to an empty room, right? Can I get up?
You can get up. Your arm is has small like you're connected to the IV and the heart monitor still.
Oh. Where am I? Can I figure that out?
You're quite certain you're in a med bay.
Is my phone on me?
Yes.
Take out my phone. And I'm gonna text Theriac. I might as well text the group chat. Hey, I'm conscious. How do you spell conscious? Whatever. Thank you for, I'm assuming, saving my life. But, Jack, did you give me over to the medical team of the theme park that we believe to be corrupt enough to try and kill you? ... All I'm saying, ... is don't let this turn into a hostage situation, because that's just going to be real embarrassing for all involved. See you soon. Very tired. Skye. Send. And then I'm gonna take a selfie in the bed.
I lived, bitch.
I would like to imagine that this comes through, because that was a long text, that it comes through in like 3 separate messages.
Yeah.
They're out of order.
And then the picture of
Yeah.
Skye peace signing.
Oh, P.S. Dr. Theriac, is hallucinations a symptom of fatigue or slime or slug slime? Send.
Immediate response of Ig/Scrap? Question mark, question mark, question mark?
The door is, like, as soon as the text is sent, the door is flung open. And Scrap and I imagine, are walking in.
Oh, run in.
Yeah. Holy shit, there she is!
There's nobody in here?
I guess not. Was there supposed to be?
I just imagined there'd be a doctor or nurse or something.
I think they just gave her a few minutes to rest. How you doing, slugger? You
Don't
got...
talk so loud, Scrap.
Sorry.
That's okay. I mean, I lived, so...
Yeah, you did. That was
Could be
fucking
doing a lot worse.
scary for a minute there.
Oh, I was terrified. It's a good thing that I lost the ability to speak, because I think I would have traumatized the doctor a lot more than their little heart could have handled today, you know?
Mm.
Right.
I am good at cards on the table here, my dudes. I am not as fighting fit as I'd like to be. So I just want to make sure that the vibes here check out, because this just could end badly. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't even know what I'm saying right now. The minute the few words leave my head, I forget what I said moments ago.
Yes, I agree. Everything is quite precarious still, but, well, that's why Scrap and I are here. You can rest until you get strong again. And once you are, then we can figure this out. But you definitely need to get stronger first.
Okay. What the frack happened?
I
We
have no idea. We came
ran
up,
into the room.
yeah, and you were swinging and frothing at the mouth. Azhaam had to pull you out of the goop, and Theriac hit you with something. Then I moved the ray, and we all grew back to normal size. Theriac called the med team. That's why we're here.
Where are Theriac and Azhaam?
Oh, they're going to the headquarters to confront the board. I don't... It was sort of a decision made unilaterally, so it's just, it is what it is. They're over there.
This is a mess. Okay. I can't tell you guys to go follow them, because this is a hostage situation waiting to happen.
I agree.
But-
We're not leaving you.
But also them going to see the evil council by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the plan could be improved from this point on.
I mean, yeah, they put us in that situation and you know, whatever happened, but they needed to hide, even though they were planning on killing a few of us, so I don't think they're that strong. I think they're just people. And Azhaam is there. Theriac has a wicked streak. So I actually think that figuring out what's happening and... yeah.
Well,
Alright, well, what do we do, B-team?
well, I was thinking maybe as long as there's no staff in here, I could see if there's a way for me to sort of move your recovery process along a little quicker.
Can you do that?
I don't know. I don't really understand half the things I do, but I could look around.
Okay.
I mean- Putting my life in your hands has not done me wrong so far, so...
Oh, that's good.
You're telling me.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean...
go on!
Yeah, go have a look around, I guess.
I guess I want to. I would wonder if there's maybe like a computer on wheels or other such medical equipment that is
Yeah.
technological that I could peek into.
Yeah, there's like some basic computers that they use to like track patients' health, like a live feed of things happening. Yeah.
Alright, while you're doing this, I'm just gonna I'm just resting my eyes.
Oh, you rest.
As you turn, Scrap like does grab Skye's hand and then squeeze it a little just to make eye contact, and then does a little nod.
Too much physical contact. Get that intimacy away from me, Scrap. What are you doing?
I just wanted to ask if you were alright.
If I could move my arm, I'd smack you. I'm fine.
Yeah, you sound it. Go on. Keep moving on.
That sounds encouraging. I'll try to peek into this here computer.
Sure. What kind of information are you trying to find out?
I'm looking. Okay, my hope of all hopes is that I can look at Skye's little chart that they've made, see what the current status is, and see if maybe there's any like information about what the treatment plan would be.
Okay.
You just want to schedule her surgery up?
Yeah, I'm just gonna move you up in the queue. That's all.
Sure. That will be a super easy computers.
Okay. All right. 18.
Yeah. It being a quiet night, this is an emergency med bay, but you do see like one or two people ahead of Skye. You see that she needs very basic poison poison checks and antidotes over the next like few days. The
IV that she's like plugged into is doing like a dramatic amount of help with fluids, and then trying to like flush out the poisons, as well as Theriac's antidote also did very well. You push the medicines ahead, and that's a easy thing to do. It will arrive within like the next hour.
I feel like my veins have been stung by 300 bees.
Because I think they have, actually. Or,
Oh.
you know,
It was one slug.
one slug, but an acid slug.
Listen, I know this isn't the highest priority. But do you think that this medical bay has food?
Yeah, I can get you some stuff from the vending machine.
But I want to get it myself. I hate this. I hate everything about this. This is an awful situation for me.
Skye, you very need to rest, at least until
No,
the medicine comes.
I hate being a sitting duck. I don't like sitting. It's my worst thing. This is the exact opposite of fast, Scrap.
Yeah, but you're a sitting duck now, but that's only because you're an angry goose, and someone attacked that angry goose, and you now need to be a sitting duck just for a little bit. Don't think of it as a sitting duck.
Actually, I just kind of handed them the tools to do it.
Well, you got them. They used your skateboard. They got you to
Where's my skateboard?
You see that your skateboard is just like on the side. Like it's a little dinged. There's like some acid burns in it. Like wearing off the paint, and there's like a sticker or two that have burnt off slightly.
I can't believe I gave burger and fries cheesy puffs, and this is the payment I get.
Well, I don't think that, there was any nefarious reasons behind it. I think that they are just, that's just what they are, naturally.
Slugs will be slugs.
Slugs will be slugs.
I sure hope Azhaam and Theriac are doing okay.
Me too.
We move over. Theriac, Azhaam, you stand at the monorail to Raven's Roost. Lights are still on, but because of how late it is, you can't really imagine that there's any of the board members working, but all of them do stay in Raven's Roost. The only one who didn't was Kizkak, who stayed off planet, but they have gone on holiday. Or gone on holiday, in quotation marks.
Holiday does sound nice right now, doesn't it? So, who first?
Can I get a rundown of everybody really quick again?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
We have Mr. Hilo Lepore, who is a human, is the person who met you at the gateway and you shuttled down with. We have Saminsil, who is a Kasatha, whose long, elongated head ends at a certain point and has been replaced with a fish tank. They sit on the Hermod Tech board of directors, which is a big tech company.
Does Lepore have like a specialization?
Lepore is
the like business. Is they deal with the like big picture, big main investor. They are like pseudo an ideas person, and also like a big investor. They're like arguably the biggest investor in Wild Times. We have Feed, who is an android. She is she's the person who kind of deals with who deals in getting more investors involved in the company. Is very much the face when you are not the face.
And she works with like social media and like publicity
Yes.
and stuff.
Yeah. We had Kiskak, who was a Shirin and was the like park and ride like manager. She dealt with all of the like installing the things and getting the like what is a Wild Times is equivalent of Imagineers involved. Lorik, who is the person who was just killed, who was finances, and then you have Lynn, who is the Screedreep, who is your second.
Oh, you know what? We didn't do anything with Lorik, did we?
No, Lorik is very much still there.
Can we, before we leave, actually, decide what we want to do with Lorik before we run away to Raven's Roost?
Yeah. Before the whole party splits, you want to decide? Or just yourself and Azhaam?
I'm okay with either. Is that...
We could do it over text. I mean, the rest of the
Yeah,
group
we
is
could just
still
do it over
hanging on
text.
Skye.
Yeah.
Now that Skye's awake. What do we want to do with Lorik?
Azhaam does not answer the question and instead like grunts and sits down on the sidewalk with his arms out in front of him. Well, I'm good with whatever everyone else wants.
As I understand the situation, anything that would pin me publicly as the aggressor would essentially be the end of my cooperation with Wild Times. It would be very easy for them to spin the story of myself being a tyrannical co-founder, and I know that's what they want. They want me off the board. Anything that would give them that power is what we want to avoid.
Are we getting this through text?
It's a text message.
Mhm.
You didn't hear what I said?
Right,
'Cause
okay.
Azhaam's not gonna take that as far.
I will say everything that, like, the long explanation of Theriac's thought process was just said to Azhaam, not sent to the chat.
Thank you. Okay.
Who was Lorax?
Skye, the bug-like fellow that
I
died.
now text the group chat. Dead one.
Oh, put the body on top of a high building. People will smell the smell of burning flesh and assume it is a barbecue, and no one will look on top, yet the heat will dispose of the body. Good night.
Okay, we're gonna talk about that later. I
Sorry, gang. Skye's very drugged up right now.
okay.
I am open to disposing the body. Zend. Me, I can go do it. I've done it before. Zend.
Is Lorik dead? Question mark?
I mean,
Yes.
Did you say that out loud?
I send that to the chat.
So you don't say anything. I don't.
No.
Phone's away again.
Do you want to?
I say yes. Although we may not want to do anything drastic with his body until we confirm something. Oh my god. I don't text oh my god, but I say it out loud.
I can tell them if you want me to.
I have to.
Tell them what?
I take my phone back out and send another message. Say they were shot with a bullet that had some sort of communicator that was sending data somewhere else. And I thought that was dangerous. So I stopped it. I don't know exactly what that means yet.
What if we contacted security again? No, but that would...
Theriac, you're obviously overthinking things. So, think 'em out loud. Come on, right here. What do you want to achieve? What's the goal? Short-term goal. What's the short-term goal?
Short-term goal is to... Oh my god, I don't know what I want to do.
Okay then.
I want to discover, what the plot is. That's what I want to do.
Do you think that's best discovered tonight or tomorrow? Do you think it even makes a difference? Look.
Okay. Well, if I know the board members, most of them should be asleep. If we wanted to get a direct line to them, we could try to speak with one of them. I'm pretty sure that trying to speak to all of them would raise many red flags. But speaking to one would only raise one red flag.
So we'd have to get into a place of residence quiet and quickly, or we don't raise any alarm.
I
So
suppose
now,
we would have to infiltrate.
pick one who's most vulnerable. Go through list. Who's overconfident enough to not have good security systems, or alternatively, who's low on the rung enough, or cheap enough not to have one. There's
Would it also be worthy to weigh the option of who would be most integral to this plot and try and remove the person with most influence in that scheme?
Ask yourself right now, do you need allies on your board, or do you need enemies? You take down top rung, it'll last for a bit, but you'll make many enemies. If you bring yourself an ally, it might be easy to figure out what needs figuring out before you take a lot of them down. It's up to you. At this point, you can really see that Azhaam just not as energetic as he's supposed to be.
I will also just really quickly interject. They're not part of the overarching board, but they do technically count as one. The other co-founder, Mr. Wild, is also on planet and in Raven's Roost.
Not the eponymous Mr. Wild. Not that secret today. That secret needs to be its own episode, Matthew.
It will be a fun cliffhanger.
Oh my god, look at Dylan. I'm so
Oh. All right. I have two primary thoughts.
Let's go with one. Let's go with door number one.
We approach Minsel, who is the head of tech for Wild Times. Minsel would be able to assist us in understanding what that chip was that was lodged inside that bullet. If that is something that would have been accessible to people coming in to Wild Times, or if that would have been smuggled in, and determine if this would have been brought in or readily supplied on site. That's thought number one.
And door number two.
Door number two is to contact Mr. Wild himself.
Wait, hold on. This place is named after a Mr. Wild?
It came with certain licensing rights, let's say. But Mr. Wild is the other co-founder alongside myself.
Which means a probable guaranteed ally. Or Big Bad.
He is, to my and Matt, let me know if this is wrong. To my understanding, he was the initial, not just co-founder, but funder, as in readily provided the funding needed to kickstart the actual facility.
Mm-hmm.
And oversaw lots of the executive decisions as it progressed further into more of a lived-in experience.
Yeah. For general context for you, Andre. The Idun was used to be just like a housing place for like essentially just a group of holiday homes for upper deckers from Saga. They would come in and just live in the holiday homes, and that was it. Mr. Wild was in charge of expansion and expanding that area, hired you, and then you came up with the idea of, instead of just getting rid of the animals, biohacking them, and then they backed you in this process to like make it more. So you wouldn't have that much contact with them, but they would have helped set up meetings with investors and stuff. So yes, everything you said is correct on top of just that little bit of background information.
Yes. So it's like you say, it's likely he will be a guaranteed ally, or likely the root cause of all of this.
Alright, so I'll ask again. Which one supports your short-term goal best? More information gathering or going straight to someone who will either know all or back us up to know all?
We can work with information. People change. It's more utilitarian for us to discover more about the evidence that we already have, rather than...
Look, I'm gonna say this once. Don't think like a scientist. They're counting on you to think like right now. They know you. Trust what's Do you have an equivalent of a heart or soul? Do you delegate it to some place?
We have a soul, yes.
And where do your people think you keep it? Up here, knocks on his own head. Up in here, knocks on his chest. I once met people who thought his soul was in their feet. And yes, I realize how silly that sounds in trade language.
That's not silly. That's... our souls are in our roots.
Alright. No, I meant it sounds silly because souls of a feet are different than souls. But they meant both.
Oh, I understand. As in S-O-L-E. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
Trade is such a terrible language sometimes.
It's awful.
Think, and then I...
Alright. How would you like to meet the other co-founder of Wild Times?
I mean, I'm not that excited, but I can psych myself up. And like with a loud crack, he just stands up to his full height. Let's go.
And we're gonna make our way over to Mr. Wild's residency.
And with that, we're going to call our session here today.
Woo!
Thank you all so much for being here. Oh, what a wacky, wild, but session. We had so much interesting, sexy little stuff happen. We're gonna do some minor little socials, some hi, hello, some goodbyes. My name is Matthew Edward, Captain Krail. I stream Monday to Thursdays, normally should be, over on my channel on Twitch, which is just Captain Krail. That's exactly what it is. It's right there. You can read it. For everything else, which I do a lot of things, just go on my Twitter, which is Matthew Ekberg, which is my full name. Who wants to take it? Huh?
I'm already speaking, so it's mine. Hello,
Yeah.
I have the talking stick. My name is Nordina Likadir. You can find me online at Werewolf Feels, wherever werewolf and their feelings can be found. Twitter, Instagram, Twitch. Go with your heart. Why not I toss this to one of the two people with their hands up? What about
I'm wide open.
Momo.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Momo O'Brien. You can find me everywhere at Momo_O'Brien. These false eyelashes are getting oh so heavy, and I make content about immersive experiences.
Momo. Nice, good. We need the physical aspect.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. My name is Andre. You can find me at Andre Vera Art on Twitter and Instagram, and at my website, andrevera.art. You can see my illustration portfolio, as well as many of the actual plays that I'm on, including Atomless, Tragedy, Power Rangers, Unicorn Hunt, Redline. Check my social media if my commissions are open. Are you ready?
Nice.
I caught it. It was heavy. Hi, I'm Dylan, or Super Dylan everywhere on the internet. Go follow me on Twitter, or go to superdylan.com and look at that for a while. That's where you can find all my games that you can buy, except they're all free now, so you don't have to buy them. You can just get them.
Please buy them anyway.
Buy them.
You can buy them
Send-
if
yes.
you want,
There you go.
but you don't have to. Okay, that's it.
Also,
Wonderful.
Dylan, would you like to talk about your new Die Hard dice?
I have dice. They're Neverland dice. You can buy them. They're called Tinkling Bell dice, and they come with a little guy. Go get them.
They're so good. They're so pretty looking, and they're so cute. I'm so proud of Dylan.
They're very pretty.
He's very
They're
good.
very good.
Very good.
Take us home, Matthew.
Thank you so much for joining us, gamers. If you like this episode, to keep you on your toes. If you like this episode and you're like, oh, I'd love to hear this in podcast form, next Wednesday, favorite podcasting app, will be there. And I hope the next time that we fly through the Atomless Sea, I hope you are there to fly with us. Thank you so much, beautiful, wonderful people.